Let's check out what new solo games we have on the shelves. This is at Cape Fear Games. This is my local game store. It's in Wilmington, North Carolina. Howdy, and welcome back. I'm Mike, your board gaming every dude, and it's a good time to mention that means that this video is sponsored by Cape Fear Games. So if you're looking for a way to support this channel and support a local game store, one, come by and visit. If you're in the area, if you're going through North Carolina, by all means, come by. Otherwise, if you're interested in some of the games that are shown here, feel free to go and click the link in the description and in the pinned comment. If you use that and select a game, then when you check out, use the code BOARDGAMES1. This will be on the screen somewhere. I never know where, but it's somewhere. You'll get 10% off, and you'll get free shipping in the continental US. So take that, Amazon. All right, let's go ahead, and we're going to look at new arrivals. We're going to look at the solo shelf, see if anything has changed around. I like to look at the featured games. And then, of course, hidden gems. I like to see what's in the used game market and Kickstarter. See if there's anything new up there, anything that you're interested in. Let's get started. All right, looks like our first one is a bit of a silly game. It's an expansion, actually. It's Monty Python's Flying Circus. So this is if you're into the Zombicide series. That, I'll be upfront, isn't my kind of thing. So you probably won't find much on that on my channel. But it is 1 to 6 players. It's an expansion, so you got to have the base game. And it looks like you've got some goofiness. It says it adapts some of the funniest sketches to ever grace the small screen into survivors and hordes of enemies. If I cough, I had a cold a couple weeks ago. Forgive me. This is $49.99, so you're paying for miniatures and such. But if you're into that, check it out. All right, next we've got a big old box. Oh my goodness. So we've got Foundations of Rome. Just show you how big that is. Oh my gravy. Oh my Davis. All right, so this is a building game. You're an architect. You are building up Rome, building the different monuments. It comes with several extra modules. 1 to 5 players. Oh my goodness. Got some nice miniatures, it looks like, that you stack up. The monuments are actual miniatures. Looks like you got your player board and a center board. I'll try to put some pictures of this up if I can, but oh my goodness. Foundations of Rome, 250. I don't think that that's up my alley personally. If you have played Foundations of Rome, though, please let me know in the comments what you think about that. This one I'm very familiar with, Defrag. This is from my buddy Matthew something, I'm always forgetting. It's terrible. Envyborn Games, part of the Tiny Game series. So Defrag is actually a solo game with a 2-player variant. It's very 90s style, where you are defragging a computer by laying cards out in a in a grid shape, and you are trying to get certain sides of the cards to match so that you can clear them out. You are defragging. You're trying to clear as many cards out as possible. So I've got a video. I'll put a link right there, a card somewhere. Defrag. Pretty cool. And this is $14.99. It's one of 3 games in the Tiny Game series that first launched there. And I'm always happy to see a Button Shy game. I've featured a few of them. I did not get to play the Lighthouse yet. So this is $11.99. 1 player plays in 20 minutes. These are, what are they, 16, 17 card games? I don't remember exactly how many cards. There's not a lot. But for Lighthouse, it looks like it's a nightmare game. So you get to defend the lighthouse basically as the nightmares are encroaching in. So almost like a tower defense, just in a limited number of cards. You can travel with it. Always like these. All right, we got something here that looks like it reminds me a little bit of parks, where you are in parks, you're hiking around, you're touring. Basically, you're a tourist, and let's go to Japan. And this is a solo game. This has 1 to 4 players. And in this, you are going between Tokyo and Kyoto, I believe, and you're trying to visit the most sites or the most valuable sites in order to gain points. So I'll show you the back there. You can see this front artwork, of course, is lovely. This is one I would be interested in. This is $49.99, plays in 45 minutes. That's never accurate, and 10 years old and up. And then we've been seeing more and more of these meditative type of games, not nature games, but where you're not necessarily going for points, but you're going for a calming experience. So this has a 1-player mode. Is it upside down or not? Nobody knows. A Gentle Rain, right here, small box, $19.99. I can't tell anything about how this plays, so I do kind of want to pick it up to see. But it says here, a cozy game for 1 or more minds. And I'll let you see the text here. The winning or losing doesn't matter. It plays in 15 minutes. And you are placing each exquisite tile down, trying to cause blossoms to bloom. Got it. All right, and of course, a solo staple, the Lord of the Rings, the card game. If you are into that, there is the newest expansion, the Hero expansion, Arid Mithrin, Arid Mithrin, and you do get to play as some of the heroes like Frodo. There were some other names I didn't. Oh, not Frodo. I'm sorry. This is Bilbo's time. Oh my goodness. This is after. This is in Dale, and it's after that dragon. What is that dragon's name? You people that know Lord of the Rings better than me. I'm going to find it here. Smog. There we go. Desolation of Smog. Smog's defeat. Anyway, Dale's become a prosperous trade hub. You get to play as your heroes to defend against a new threat. It adds 8 new heroes, and it's got some player cards from the wilds of Rovanion and the Arid Mithrin cycle of content, interchangeable with all the other card games. Check it out. $44.99 for that expansion. And from Arcane Wonders, of course, we looked at the Foundations of Rome. This is an expansion to it right here, which looks like you are trying to build out the perimeter in the form of roads in order to build the protections around your city. Roads of Fortune, a Foundations of Rome expansion, $38.99 for that, 1 to 5 players. And it looks like it comes with trays to go in the base game so that you can store this in the base game from the way they describe it. All right, and Devere has just come to be a staple for solo gamers if you're looking for a Euro-ish type experience. We've got sand here, and it looks like you are traveling around on a worm, so it sounds kind of like Dune, but it's not. You can see from the artwork. Quite a different experience, but what you're doing, it looks like this is pick up and deliver. So you're picking up resources, delivering them from one place to another as a merchant, with the goal of gathering resources to build up the local plant life and make the desert grow. So this is $40.99, 1 to 4 players. Looks like it's a 2-hour play. I always take longer than that. Devere Sand. All right, and it looks like we got a cute family game here that you can also do with your kids. It also looks like it is a real-time game, a little bit of light strategy where you are playing with these rubber duckies. They're probably not rubber, but they look like rubber duckies and a UFO. You are placing them out and trying to rearrange them in a certain order using your action cards faster than your opponents. So maybe a fun game you can play with your friends or with your kids. This is $39.99, 1 to 4 players. I don't know how that will play solo, but kind of cool to check out. There you go. Abduction, a duck kidnapping game. All right, that wraps up the new game. So, of course, like last time, I'm going to pick at least one of these, and we'll unbox it, see what's inside so I can take it home. But first, let's tour around the rest of these spots that I wanted to show you. See if there's anything else that interests us. There is something interesting here. These solo RPGs. I've been seeing these pop up more and more. These fun little short stories where you actually go through on your own. Like we've got Unsolved there. Look at all these. Oh my goodness. The Jester King's Dance. So, pretty cool stuff. We got a big envelope here. Curios. So, maybe interested. If you're interested in learning more about those, let me know. We can always feature that on the channel. Onirim Universe. We've looked at that enough. We've looked at all of these. Cyber Doom Tower. All the Final Girl stuff here. Of course, if you're interested in that, I've got plenty of video up about that. Under Falling Skies, Pinball, Solus Lost, I still haven't played yet, but we've looked at it, finished, we've covered that, we've covered Paperback Adventures, and Ela, I actually have played, and spoiler, I love it, so looking forward to the review video coming out of that. Let's go to our next spot. This one will be quick. This is the featured area, but you may be surprised. Catamino, I'm not sure about the giant version here. I would assume so. But Catamino, where it's like Tetris, you're filling these blocks into certain shapes depending on the cards you draw. It actually has a nice solo mode, and it's a good family game. All right, always like to review the crowdfunded board games, and if you like this content, always give that like, or if you'd like to see more, subscribe. It lets me know that you want to see more. A lot of this we've already seen, so I'm not recovering all of it. Globetrotting, of course, solo mode, Isle of Cats, Seeds of Havoc, and the Zombicides down there. Frosthaven, I'm tempted, but the thing is, it's so big, I just know that I will never really get it fully played, so I'm still on the fence about that. Either Fields up here, you know, that's basically like my favorite game. So somebody needs to grab all these, or I will eventually grab them. But Tir na Nog review coming up on this. Actually thoroughly enjoyed this solo mode. Haven't played the Oros solo mode yet, but got it. Haven't done any of these. This one I just loved the art, but not enough to get it. Clinic, I have a video up of playing this solo as well. That's a nice, complex, crunchy Euro, if there's any interest in that. I've seen stuff on Flourish, but I don't know. So you're going to see a review coming up on this. I just had this on the table, just put it away. And spoiler, it's not necessarily my kind of thing, but for what it is, they did a great job, and a lot of people love it. Okay, let's see. Don't see anything almost innocent. Oh, that didn't have solo. Of course, we covered this in depth. I want to do this because I know the expansion has a solo mode, but I'm just not ready to drop the dollars on it. I was told to give French Quarter a try for its solo mode as well. Great Wall. There we go. You know, I recommend that more for multiplayer than for solo. And anything else that is... See, now I loved Creature Comforts, and I've put some shorts up about that. So I would actually be interested in this expansion. This is still 1 to 5 players. This is Maple Valley. Do you need... It looks like this is standalone. Ah, pretty cool. Standalone. The snow is gone and Maple Valley's annual spring festival is tonight. We must... Okay. Cool. So you assemble your friends, hike, climb, and paddle. So a little bit of exploration, maybe. You still get to craft things. Join the festival. Yeah, it looks like this is a standalone expansion for $48.99. So I may consider that. And little wooden bits upgrade for something. And over here, still wanting to try Mother of Frankenstein, but not enough to pick it up at this point. Does very much look like an escape room detective type thing that I enjoy, though. And that's it. We've looked at all this here, so some good stuff. Let me know if you have questions about it, or if you know a little more about these. And then our hidden gems, of course, if there's anything in here that's going to stand out to me that was possible was photosynthesis, but I just haven't grabbed it. Again, I get pickier and pickier and pickier. Barking kittens. Wouldn't mind that for a party. Don't know anything about Tikal. Okay. Heavy hitters. Don't know much about that. Dice Throne, great, but not really a solo game. Wasn't into the detective thing myself. I actually didn't play it. I bought it and traded it on after I played the Dune version. I played the Dune IP of Detective, and I just wasn't super into it. Let's see, nothing really up there. Remember Rampage. Quattro City. That's interesting. A puzzle quest. Huh. Okay. Not bad there. I've seen these. I've seen Colony. I don't know a lot about that. It's got that solo mode. And that's mine. Trying to sell that. What's it down to? 120 now, so it's the whole thing. Hopefully somebody grabs it. And Eclipse does not have solo mode. Edge of Darkness just didn't seem like my thing. Chronicles of Crime is great solo. It's just I've played through all of it, and I like the other detective games more. I have Time Stories, and we are playing that soon. And this is mine as well, trying to get somebody to play this nice skirmish game. And that's it. I couldn't really get into the Dice Throne thing. All right, well, let's pick one of these games, at least one of these, and we'll unbox it, see what's inside. All right, howdy. Let's try this angle again. So I did pick one of the ones that some of the ones we looked at. You can probably see it over there. But I also picked Daybreak, which is based on, it's a pandemic system. No, it's not a pandemic system. It's from the creator of Pandemic. The whole thing is it's supposed to be environmentally friendly as far as the parts and all that. But it's actually supposed to be a solid game where you are trying to, you're trying to stop climate change. All right. The theme is, that's commendable. That's nice. That's not actually what draws me. It's that I hear from others, including these designers on the back here, that this is a solid game. So, and I like to have a variety of games. I like some of the CMON stuff and things like that. But let's try something like this. And I'm always looking for something that plays strong solo, that is also accessible to basically non-gamers, or we could even call them gateway gamers. All right, so let's see what's inside. Daybreak, designed by Matt Laycock and Matteo Manassapace. There's another sticker here, oh my goodness, and this is 1 to 4 players, supposed to play in 60 to 90 minutes, ages 10 and up. I don't see the artist name yet, but maybe we'll see it in here. All right. I won't lie to you, I'm not like, this didn't make my heart skip a beat. I can't say I'm excited about it, but there have been plenty of games that I'm not excited about that I try because they're a little different. So, how to play, we've got our book here. You can see some of the artwork. I do actually appreciate the artwork quite a bit. So, there we go, how to win, setup. Let's see, where's the solo? Where's the one-player version? Or, there we go, variants. Other setups, well, it's a cooperative game, so maybe you just control all the players. I'm not sure. All of these are supposed to be environmentally friendly as well, so you've got these tins here. Look at those. Those are good components, actually. Look at that. Not bad. Oh my goodness, I got to go faster. I don't have time for this. Okay, these are solid components. Good, I like that. Solid wooden components, and that's empty and empty. So that must be for further building. These are empty just to fill the space. Got it. So each one of these must be filled with a series of cards. It looks like they are. I'm not actually gonna flip through all of them. I'm just gonna give you an idea. So majority world, you can see the artwork there, as well as the graphic design style. When we play it, we will look at that in more detail. I don't want to do all of it. Global project reference, crisis cards. Let's see here. Where are you at? Come on out. All right. So I'm liking the artwork. I am liking it. So maybe we've got some recessed boards here. Always a fan of that. That seems to be becoming more and more standard. They do tend to warp, and these are a little warped, just a tiny little bit. They got a little bit of bend. The highest quality ones don't seem to do that, but here we go. You've got that, and your little trackers here. And I think that's all. Oh, the board. Oh my goodness, would you like to see the actual board? Let's do this. Oh, okay. All of you, go in there. Good job. Out of the way. Oh my howdy. Okay, so we've got all our player boards. It looks like they get pieced together as well. So what do you go like this? And this? That's what it looks like. Okay. Player boards, cool. And we got our little punchies. So lots of little tokens. Oh my gracious. Not bad. Let's look at this board here. The real challenge is how to open it properly. Oh, and it's not oversized. That's good. Because with each player having those player boards, you don't want too much. I'm loving this artwork. And the graphic design is solid. I know I keep saying that, but that's very important to me. Place to put the cards. I always appreciate that. What do you think? I also wanted to look at A Gentle Rain because I like some of these kind of unique, more peaceful games. It's not so much about whether you win it or lose it, though you are trying to use a good strategy. You're more trying to make something beautiful. So let's see here. Gentle Rain. This is right here. Kevin Wilson, art by W. Kozira. See what's inside here. Lovely little box. And it looks like this is our instructions. Always changing, yet always itself. You have come to the lakeside, hoping to see a rare and beautiful sight. Simple instructions. Cool. And tiles. Hey, I thought it was cards. You see the inside of the box. And tops of the tiles are all the same. It looks like you flip them over. I see, and you're probably trying to make matching gardens. You're probably trying to build out a lovely shape here, which, ooh, I can see where that's going to be tough. And then little tokens right in here, which maybe you place these whenever you get a match. That's my theory. Maybe not. We'll see. That's nice. So, looking forward to sharing that with you. A Gentle Rain. And another one, I picked up Solace Lost by Chance Harris, published by somebody, Wolf Boy. I don't think I have anything from him or from this publisher. So let's see what we got. This is one player only. I remember playing something similar to this, and I don't remember the name. Featured it on the channel even. Got it from here. Alright, here we go. Soulless Lost. Okay. Got our rules booklet. Not very thick, that's nice. Soulless Lost. Well, usually it's nice. You never know till you start playing, right? Oh, okay, so we got some artwork. We got our dice here. And our little cubes. Our D20, it looks like. Look at me feeling like an actual gamer calling it a D20. Anything hidden? No. So our little tray. And then our cards here, which I swear I should carry a letter opener or a penknife or something so that I don't hurt the cards when I open these. Always going to be the end of me. There we go. Come on. Wow, that's a strong one. Oh. There we go. Okay. Let's look at some of this artwork. We've got the plasma cruiser, so we've got, looks like our numbers, different values, and an effect from it. I'll just flip through, and then we've got some qualities, it looks like, being a benevolent being, reduce aging by up to negative 30 years, probes, our character is Lieutenant Grawshire, with his own unique skills, T. Alistair with her own, so maybe you get to play as one of these, with their own equipment. Pretty cool. And it looks like you have your objective tracker. We'll see. I'm looking forward to this one. Always like a nice little travel solo game. Put this right here. I also got from the used shelf the full Exploding Kittens collection because it's just a nice light game to have for parties or for young people. So this has all the expansions, the base game, with everything including the Cone of Shame on it there. Our final unboxing. We got something from the new shelf. I went with Let's Go to Japan. This is from AEG Games, designed by Josh Wood. Closer look at that. Pardon me. Sorry about that. Closer look at that artwork. We'll see who the artist illustration. Toshiyuki Hara, Erica Ward, Kylene Falls, Magdalena Pruckner, Chai Cove, and On Yamamoto. Awesome. So authentically Japanese art. I appreciate that. Not from a Japanese publisher. There are some anime games that I wanted to look at, but I have a harder time finding those. Okay, let's go to Japan. Let's do it. The travel guide. Vacation, good. We got the Tokyo Tower there. Looks like anyway. Maybe it's Kyoto. Oh no, that's Tokyo because you got Mount Fuji back there. All right, is there a section that tells us specifically solo and how big is it? Let's find out. Trains. I don't see it. Oh, solo rules. Okay, it looks pretty simple, so it's probably a beat your own score, but we'll see. That's what I'm assuming. All right, we got our punch boards. We've got our boards. These must be the player boards. Oh, well, look at this other side. That's cool. Look at that. It's the art. Oh, my goodness. Graphic design looks solid. You don't know until you play. Place our cards down here. Calendar tracker. Looks like I'll be able to read this. No problem. We've got, what, 4 of those? 1 for each player. Different colors. All right. More punchy tokens. And we got our score sheet. Familiar with those. Looks like we've got our little cheat, our round tracker, I'll bet you. Extra baggies, I appreciate that. Our little player tokens and probably the round tracker right there. And that just leaves our art with our cards here. Nothing hidden underneath that I'm aware of. Nope. Okay. So, oh my goodness, do you want to watch me struggle through this without... I like it when they have the little helpy tab that you pull. Oh my goodness. There we go. Okay. This is beautiful. Jinkakuji Temple. The different ones. We've got Nishiki Market. Tour Shukagan Villa. You got your different icons here telling us our values. I'm assuming points at some point. And then, of course, the front of the cards. So this is the Kyoto deck. And our options: go for a walk in Kyoto, get some of these things. All right, that looks easy enough. So I'll bet you this other deck is going to be, ooh, something's going down outside. The other deck's going to be Tokyo. So let's take a look at Tokyo. Oh! Oh my goodness. I need a better solution so that this is satisfying to open, you know, instead of brutal and painful to watch, and physically painful as I dig away at my nails. Oh, gravy. Almost lost the whole deck, I tell you. Oh, visit an anime museum. Oh, I like that. Okay. Same thing, and on this side we've got Tokyo. Got the shrine, we've got the gachapon vending machines, all places to visit. Ikebukuro, just look at that. This one I'm actually excited for. I'm excited for this. So, looks lovely. Let's get you put back together. Oh my boo howdy. So there's no central board, just player boards and common decks from the looks of it. I could be wrong about all of this because you know how I am. I'm making this up as I go, as I open it. But that's the fun of it. If you played it, tell me about it. All right, y'all, that brings us up to a wrap. This is the used game, or not used game, this is the play area. So this is where you can borrow the games and play and grab a beer, that kind of thing. So, cool setup. Anyway, what is coming up next? I've got the reviews of that Dwellings of Eldervale, recommended by Mark, so that's already recorded and coming up, as well as a review of Best Served Cold, a detective criminal autopsy game that is also already recorded and coming up. After that, I've got a whole series of 3-4 games. We've got the ranking of Van Ryder solo games, just like we did with Awakened Realms. We're going to do a ranking of that and plenty more. Oh my goodness. I love you all. I'll see you next time. Wrap myself up under the covers, waiting for summer, or at least better weather.